She's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But
I am not self-destructive. I'm not a person who wants to die. I'm a person who has life.
Say what now? Did Ray J just confess to unaliving Whitney and helping to cover up her death? Chill, I don't know what the hell going on with Ray J these days, but he's been a hot stinking mess, and it looks like this might be his karma for having a hand in Whitney's death. Ray J has been trying to take his own life for a while now, and not too long ago, he even said that the people he worked for in the industry were trying to unalive him because he knew too much. And they didn't want to get incriminated. People initially thought he was clout chasing as usual, but new evidence just proved that he actually did have something to do with Whitney's tragic death, and that the people he committed this crime with are now trying to tie up any loose ends, and that includes Ray J not being alive anymore. In fact, just a few days ago, a blind item who was very close to him came out and revealed that Ray J has been stuffing himself up with an unholy amount of drugs to cope with everything he's going through, and that the people who he committed these crimes for are planning to finish him off because they're afraid that his drug use might make him say things he's not supposed to. The blind item read, "This celebrity slash corn star slash reality star who comes from an entertainment family is gonna get himself if he keeps getting into fights because of how many drugs he's using right now. Ray J." A lot of people immediately started speculating that the reason why Ray J's life was even in danger was because of his involvement with Whitney's death. See, right before her tragic death, she and Ray J had gotten into a relationship, and at the time, there were rumors going around about him enabling her addiction by providing her with hard substances. Fast forward to February of 2012, Whitney passed, and it was reported that she had died from accidentally drowning in a bathtub. However, shortly after the popular coroner Ed Winter, who was also in charge of investigating the death of Michael Jackson, stepped into the case, he found a load of evidence that proved that Whitney didn't just drown, she was actually unalived. The report revealed that Whitney had a load of substances shoved into her body just hours before her death. These included Xanax, Benadryl, and other undisclosed medication. There was water found in her lungs that indicated to us that she was alive when she was submerged underwater. According to our test, the level of was not necessarily a lethal level of but her death was complicated by chronic use and heart disease. She could have passed out first due to the intoxication from the cocaine, or she could have had a heart attack and then drowned. It's probably one of those two scenarios. Prescription pill bottles were found in her room, but the number of pills weren't alarming enough to kill her. The report from the coroner completely turned this case around and started making people suspect if Whitney's death was actually a case. And of course, the first name on everybody's list was Ray J. These rumors only got worse when Whitney's ex-sister-in-law said she knew Ray J had something to do with Whitney's death the moment he was caught by paparazzi, secretly sneaking out of the hotel and hiding his face from the cameras. She even went as far as flat out accusing him of supplying Whitney with the night that she had passed.
I first seen this, and I saw the news, and and I'm sorry, please excuse me, I just have to come out and say this.
Please.
I saw Ray J coming out of the hotel, hiding his head, being pushed into the car. Why? I looked and I said, why is he hiding? Why is he hiding his face? He's always trying to show his face. Some reason, or he knows somebody that sells drugs, and he was buying them for Whitney, from what I know, and giving her drugs. I want to know why this boy was allowed to do that.
And then there's Jaguar, who's also been on Ray J's neck for so long, accusing him of being Whitney's. She even claimed that there were defense wounds found on Whitney's body, and that these defense wounds came from her allegedly fighting off Ray J while he was unaliving her in the bathtub.
Autopsy, they said there was nothing wrong with her throat. Her lungs were so damaged that she couldn't fuel the notes. It was her lungs. It wasn't, her voice was fine.
Oh.
That's how did it. And then the next thing you know, she's Ray J. And then it's Grammy time.
That happened.
And her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot. Leola has said, Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, has said on several occasions that she was They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat up.
Oh, wow.
And Brandy was the one that found her. But you know, they pledge allegiance to Clive too.
Jeez.
Well, you know, Ray J was kind of down on his luck because the whole bullshit had happened, and then, you know, Whitney was dead and he was using her, as he's said himself, for clout, and then all of a sudden he got Love and Hip Hop LA after Whitney died. And then they inappropriately put her stupid goddaughter on there. Yeah. I just thought it was all kind of cheesy.
And in case y'all think Jaguar just making things up, the coroner's report actually backed up everything she was saying and even went into details about the defense wounds that Jaguar was talking about. Whitney was found face down in a water-filled bath with 2 superficial abrasions to the left side of her forehead. She was also found with a bloody purge coming from her nose and with a superficial abrasion to the left side of the bridge of her nose. Now, when it comes to Ray J's life being in danger, it has been happening for a while now, and he hasn't shielded away from making us aware of what's going on. For instance, just a few days ago, he jumped on Instagram to talk about somebody coming after his life because he had some stuff to say about him.
It's just tried to shoot me and tried to me, nigga. And you want me to apologize, nigga? Fuck you.
There was also his recent interview with Pastor Bryant, in which he once again admitted to people in the industry wanting to take his life so he doesn't tell his truth. He said at some point in his life, he also considered taking his own life before they could get to him, because he knows for a fact that if he talks and they catch him, it's gonna be brutal.
When we took a break, you said that you really need to think through things because there was a moment in your own life that you thought about suicide. Tell me what was going on. Is that when you were on the roof in Mexico?
That was when I was on the roof. And that was, I thought about a lot, but that was when I attempted it. And I really didn't want to do it, but I really did want to do it. Because it's like when you have a bad dream and then you think it's real, it feels real.
Yeah.
And then you wake up, I be feeling like that life really happened. And so whatever dimension I popped into is where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I had a bad dream last night. So I'm here now with you. I think what happened last night in my mind happened. So if they having a funeral for me in the other dimension, they probably are.
No, you're going to live. You got years to go.
I'm living here.
Yeah.
I wanted the interview to go a different way. I didn't know how the interview was going to go, but when you said you with the in the beginning, it just hurting.
Yeah.
They did, because it's like, damn, man. Like, I cannot get away from it. So it's like, since I can't get away from it, why not just jump into it?
Yeah. It's the bravery of your truth. And truth sayers always...
I'm a liar.
No, you speaking truth today.
No, because I might not be able to put this up. I'm still a liar.
Yeah.
I've lied about my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a liar. Unless I say, these people did this to me. They're very bad people, and they've been controlling me this whole time. Just like the National Syndicate and all this. They'll come kill me, bro. They'll kill me for this.
Ray J also went on Twitter and put out this tweet that said, "I'm about to post all my stuff on X since I'm having a meltdown. I'm about to air out all my mistakes I made and been making lately. By taking extreme accountability and showing the worst of me, hopefully will lead me to long-term peace. Stand by. And then, of course, there was his recent fight with Diddy's 3 sons, Christian, Justin, and Quincy, which people believe was an attempt on his life as well. It all went down when the boys, along with their goons, pulled up on Ray J in a parking lot in the middle of the night as he, his manager, Amber Rose, and Hazel E were leaving a Halloween party. Now, according to Hazel E, Ray J was strapped and ready to use it, but Chris Brown had to separate the fight.
Things started getting heated as we went into the parking garage. You know, I feel like chests were being bumped. Ray had a backpack, and from the last situation we were outside with the zoo stuff, he went around and tried to go grab his backpack, and he had this satchel on. So I'm like, does he have a blower in there? Like, I don't want it to really like get to this level. So out of nowhere, Chris Brown hops out the car like a freaking leprechaun out of the magically delicious sky, and like honestly, he started breaking it up.
So as y'all can see, Ray J is having a real tough time, and from the looks of it, they won't stop until they get him. He knows that the only way to save himself is to reveal what happened to Whitney, but he can't do it because he knows he'd be incriminating himself as well and end up in jail. One person said, "The ghost of Whitney is what's wrong with Ray J. Him and Brandy know what happened to her. What was in that note, Brandy? Nobody knows to this day." Another person said, "Bro has some dark secrets. He knows what really happened to Whitney Houston." Then this Diddy stuff got everybody feeling the heat. We could clearly see his on dude by his actions. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think is going on with Ray J? And do y'all really believe he was involved in Whitney Houston's death? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.